Floods are the most common type of weather-related disaster which have caused more fatalities in Canada than tornadoes, hurricanes, or lightning. It directly impacts communities worldwide, causing extensive property damage, economic loss, and environmental degradation. Because of its geological location, Nova Scotia is particularly vulnerable to flooding. According to Reuters, in 2023, due to a flood disaster in Nova Scotia, 19 bridges and a portion of the rail track were destroyed, resulting in $3.3 billion of loss to the government. So, what can we do to save the people? Well, our proposed solution is to build flood mitigating dams. This type of dam is built across rivers and streams to detain water, eventually creating a lake or a reservoir. Also, this type of dam can produce electricity. Flood mitigating dam is not only an engineering solution that can save the lives of people in Nova Scotia from further flooding, but it can also reduce economic loss by protecting the area, creating job opportunities, and ensuring hydroelectric power supply. The flood mitigating dams will have two positive impacts. The first is employment opportunities, and second is power generation. Recent research from the Canadian Real Estate Association shows that the unemployment rate in Nova Scotia is around 6.2%, and surprisingly, this rate is much higher among the indigenous people of the area. Around 33.4% of the indigenous people are unemployed in Nova Scotia. Recently, the Beaver Dam mining project in Nova Scotia was able to add $18.3 million to the economy. And most importantly, it added 137 new jobs within just a year. From this example, it is clear that building flood mitigating dams will create employment opportunities for local and indigenous people. Another interesting fact about flood mitigating dam is that it can produce electricity. Only 38% of Nova Scotia's electricity comes from renewable sources, and the provincial government spends around $5 billion each year on imported fossil fuels. While driving electric vehicles can save around $1,500 to $3,000 in fuel costs each year, and it will help Canada reach net zero carbon emissions by 2050. Building a flood mitigating dam with hydroelectric facilities can generate electricity, which will encourage locals to use more electric vehicles and help the sustainable economic growth of Nova Scotia. In this way, flood mitigating dams will be able to improve workers' life as well as Nova Scotia's sustainable economic growth, fulfilling the objectives of Canada's National Adaptation Strategy.